Morning Star, the light. Morning Star, the light of the morning star and the final overthrow. Part 1. Introduction. Rising from the abyss. What would you do if you were locked in a dark, suffocating stone table for 9 months, tortured in both body and soul, only to wake up and find that everything you ever built has turned to ash? Our Reaper, Darrow, has touched the very bottom of despair. But his enemies made one fatal mistake. They let him live. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we step into Morning Star, the grand and tragic final chapter of Darrow's initial journey. This is no longer a mission of secret infiltration. It is a full-scale planetary assault to shatter the chains of a millennium. Prepare yourselves for tears, for cries of glory, and for an ending that will keep you holding your breath until the very last second. Part 2. The most dramatic and bloody highlights. 1. The rescue from hell. The story opens with an atmosphere of crushing darkness. Darrow is rescued from the Jackal's clutches by his loyal howlers, but he is no longer the radiant golden warrior of old. He is a broken shadow. The moment Darrow stands before a mirror, looks at his ruined body, and realizes he must become a new kind of symbol, not a fake gold, but the morning star of the Red People, is when the true revolution begins. 2. The Battle of Phobos, when fleets collide. The drama escalates to a scale never seen before in the series. Darrow must lead a fragile coalition of Reds, Obsidians, and Turncoat Golds to seize the Phobos space station. The tactical brilliance of the military maneuvers, ships being torn apart in the vacuum of space, and the heart-wrenching sacrifices of beloved characters will leave you reeling. 3. Ragnar's awakening and the death of a legend. One of the most emotional sequences is the death of Ragnar Volarus on the ice. Before he falls, he leaves a message that shakes the foundations of the world. I do not die for a color. I die for a man. His death doesn't stop the revolution. It pours gasoline on the fire, causing millions of Obsidian slaves to rise up and tear down their false, divine shackles. 4. The final mad plan. The con of the century. If Brandon Sanderson has the Sanderlanche, then Pierce Brown has the Reaper's play. In the final act, Darrow appears to be betrayed once again by his closest friend, Cassius. He is captured, his hand is severed, and he is dragged before the sovereign, Octavia O'Loon, for execution. But as the audience screams in despair, the trap within a trap is sprung. A legendary reversal takes place right in the throne room, where the blood of tyrants finally spills. Part 3. Artistic highlights. The maturity of an icon. Morning Star is the pinnacle of character development for the series. Darrow is no longer a lonely man fueled only by vengeance. He has learned the hardest lessons: how to trust his allies, how to forgive old enemies like Cassius, and how to focus on building a new world rather than just burning the old one down. Pierce Brown is incredibly skillful at weaving deep political philosophies regarding democracy and freedom into the high-octane, visceral action that defines the series. It's a story that manages to be both intellectually stimulating and pulse-pounding at the same time. Part 4. Analysis and reflection. Through hardships to the stars. The core message of this finale lies in the ancient proverb, per aspera ad astra. Through hardships to the stars. The book shows us that freedom is never a gift. It is a relentless, exhausting war. It demonstrates that to defeat absolute evil, one must sometimes shake hands with a lesser evil, and that the price of peace is always paid in the lives of the bravest. True justice doesn't come from exterminating the golds, but from dismantling the color system entirely so that everyone can simply live as human beings. Part 5. Conclusion. The dawn has arrived. The conclusion of Morning Star is not just a military victory, it is the birth of a new hope. The chains are broken, the sun has finally risen over Mars, and Darrow can at last find a moment of peace after the long storm. Thank you for joining me through this legendary trilogy. How did you feel about the Jackal's ultimate fate? And did the complicated friendship between Darrow and Cassius move you as much as it did me? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue to explore more high-level epic fantasy and sci-fi series together. Goodbye for now, and always remember, break the chains.